Hello. I'm a little bit late, 4 minutes late, but I'm here now. Let's see who is the first one to join us tonight. Will it be Nathan? Will it be Chris? Will it be somebody else completely? Don't know. There's nobody in the room as yet. So maybe I'm not public. Maybe I've pressed the wrong button. Maybe I've not gone live. I don't know. Oh, it's Nathan. Hi, Nathan. I was beginning to wonder if I'd not pressed the right button. That wasn't live. I've done that before today. Spent about half an hour talking to myself. Hi, Munchkin. Sorry for rustling. I'm just getting a sweetie. I'm not doing too bad today, Esther, I suppose. Yeah, not too bad. Got a sore throat looming. That's not loomed, but it's looming. It's imminent. It's been imminent all week, actually, my sore throat. Hi, Yolanda. Jacob's caught many colours. Just trying to decide what colour to put on next. Maybe green. I'll maybe do the green next. Hi, Connie. If you can hear anybody chomping, the dogs have got big bones. They've gone out, you see, so they've left the two dogs with bones. So it'll be all quiet on the western front until they run out of bones. I'm trying to find the end of my wool here. That's the trouble when you're using ends, isn't it? When you're using scraggy bits. Hi, Mimi. Oh, hi. Hi, Lizzie. I didn't see you creeping in. Anybody else I've missed? Hello. I'm crocheting Jacob's coat of many colours. Except I don't think Jacob had this many colours in his coat. I'm making a shawl. It's the shawl by, she's called Crochet Objet. Not Object, Objet. And it's like a granny square. Granny stitch, I should say, not granny square. But you start off with more stitches rather than start off with doesn't go to a point. It's more like a stole. She uses lovely colours that, yeah, we've got Ravelry in the UK, yeah. She uses colours that are very much coordinated, let's say. Janet is using colours that are in her stash. So, consequently, it's a mishmash. But I don't care. I haven't looked at Ravelry for a little while, actually. Every time I look at what's new, it's usually amigurumi, toys, amigurumi, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to see all that. Ravelry, yeah. Mostly it is. I'm quite getting on with me. These last lot of compression gloves. I'm only wearing one. Oh, that's really sore hand. I think I told you I trapped that finger in a taxi door. And that finger has like a trigger finger. But for some unknown reason, I'm getting a pain, like a lump, right in the centre of my palm. It feels like a big bony lump right there. Don't know what it is. And it's so sore. So it's a lot better when I'm wearing my compression gloves. Hence, the little, well, they're sort of like an orangey red colour, really. I think I had turquoise blue on last week, but I washed them. Well, you do. You have to, don't you, when you use them all the time? You have to keep washing them. Yeah, Crochet Objet. I know this picture. She is from Israel, but at the moment she's in Washington with her family on holiday. Yeah, the taxi driver. It was a sliding door. And he didn't realise I was holding onto the door frame. Quite why I was holding onto the door frame with that hand, I don't know. But and he tried to shut the door about 3 times. I'm like, my fingers in the door. Yeah, it broke my finger, but I didn't bother going to the hospital because, you know, what the point? They only put plasters round, yeah. You crocheting your Halloween. Well, I don't do Halloween. I think I've told you all before. I don't believe in Halloween. Yeah, it does help at warm water, yeah. It's the only time I like washing dishes. Oh dear. No, I'm just using all the part balls I've got in the cupboard. It's different. It starts off with a wider top. You start off with more chain at the top. You know, you don't start off with a little V like you normally do, but then you increase all down the sides. So it's more of a stole shape, I would say, or a shaped scarf. I mean, the lady who designed it, she calls it a shawl, but I would call it more of a stole rather than a shawl. Yeah. Excuse me, I'm eating sweeties. Well, it hasn't rained today. Look on the bright side. It hasn't rained. I've got a blanket on my knee though because I've gone all shivery for some unknown reason. I don't know whether it's raining or not. Yeah. Oh dear, that's not good news, is it? Are they sugar free? No, the heck, Nathan. I'm living dangerously. I'm living on the edge. I know it's awful. I mean, we sent our dog, you know, for an operation, and they didn't ask us to sign a DNR, but she passed away on the table. It's just a chance you have to take because some dogs don't react very well to anaesthetic. And I'm glad it's glorious somewhere. Yeah, I was glad she passed away on the table after the initial shock because she had cancer. No, they're just fruit gums and they're not sugar free. I am living on the edge tonight, Nathan. Living on the edge. If you can hear any chomping noises, it's not me. It's the dog out there with a bone. He's keeping her quiet, yeah. Sometimes when they do a biopsy, though, they have to put them to sleep to do the biopsy. An anaesthetic on an older dog is not a good idea. Anything sugar-free. It tastes sweeter because they put so many saccharine things in, don't they? I think I'd rather have the sugar. It's like these low-fat, low-what's-it yogurts and that. They're so sickly sweet. They're awful. I got stopped in the street once when I go and do this test, for yogurts and stuff. And I didn't have anything else to do that day. So I said, yeah, I'll go. Oh, I said, I can't eat these. I said, they're sicky. They're so sweet. They're sickly. And she said, oh, well, it's because it's not sugar. It's whatever. I said, oh, I don't like it anyway. Hi, Linda. You're back from your beer festival. I hope you're not tiddly. I hope you abstained. Hi, Marsha. Hi, Jean. Oh, everybody's coming in today. We're getting a full house today. Can I have some thumbs up, please? Just saying, just saying. Yeah, it doesn't sound good, nerdy. I'm glad you've done it, Jean. Everybody else do one, please, for me. I'm not well up with it myself, nerdy, but it doesn't sound too good, does it? Sometimes if it is like cancer, you're as well off saying goodbye to them. I know it's awful. I hate it every time we have to say goodbye to a dog. But you have to think about the animal. Is it in any pain? Will it get worse? That's what you've got to start thinking about. I've had to put 3 animals to sleep and it's not nice at all. I'm sure all of us on here have had that decision to make at some stage or another, and it is not a good decision. No, I wouldn't do that either. With our puppy. Our puppy was riddled with it, apparently, when they found her. And they opened her up to see what was wrong. She was just riddled with cancer. So I'm glad in a way that she chose not to come round from the anaesthetic. So we didn't have to make the decision to put her to sleep. No, with Poppy, she was being sick all the time. We thought it was something that got stuck in her throat. But apparently it was far, far worse than that. See, we do get on some horrible subjects, don't we? And I forgot to take my tablet, so at the moment I've got backache. I'm sure you all wanted to know that, didn't you? Yeah. That's all you can do. You can't do anything about it. You've got to think about the animal. Is it in any pain? Is it going to get much worse? You've got to think about that. It's not a decision anybody takes lightly, but it's a decision you've got to make, yeah. That coffee was cold. Not iced coffee, just cold coffee. So I'm not laughing at you, nerdy. I'm laughing at what am I calling it? Poppy for? I'm laughing at Rosie chomping away there on her bone. My ex-next door neighbour, their dog had a tumour on top of his head. And he had it removed and he was fine after that. Well, for a while he was fine, yeah. It was right there. He had a tumour. That was Buddy. The Cocker Spaniel I used to look after when she had to go into hospital. These rows are getting longer and longer and longer. That is the way. I feel like I'm making a blanket, which you know I hate. I just thought of it being a good way to use up all my bits and bobs while I was sat here doing nothing. I can't concentrate on anything with a pattern at the moment. I've just not got the brain power. I've got the brain power of a flea at the minute. Right, I'm going to open my drink. It's a dandelion and burdock. Oh, bingo! I never got a message, from 3 messages. 3 emails I sent to Susan Bates. Never got a reply. Just asking them if they did a 3mm crochet hook. Wouldn't have took them 2 minutes to say yes or no, would it? Thank you, Susan Bates, for ignoring me. You've got to think about that. You gave him a great life. If you hadn't got him out of dog prison, he would have probably been put to sleep. That's what they do at these dog shelters. If nobody takes them on, they put them to sleep. So you've given him 10 more years. So that is what you've got to console yourself with. You've given him a much better life than he would have had. Because they only keep them so long in a kennel. You've got a cup of tea. I don't like tea, but I've got a dandelion and burdock. A dandelion and burdock, yes. Oh, Rose is having a good time with that bone. I could hear her chomping away there. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Yes, cancer is a mean and evil disease. It is no respecter of people or animals. It doesn't care who it strikes down. Well, none of us know. It might be us tomorrow, and nobody knows. Even people who live a really healthy lifestyle, don't drink, don't smoke, eat all the right stuff. And it makes no flipping difference, doesn't it? It's going to get you, it gets you. Hi, Ethan. So what's everybody working on? I went down a rabbit hole today and started watching this lady who went to a stitching show. Oh, gosh, the machine embroidery was absolutely, I mean, I can't do it. I wouldn't know what to do with it, but it was absolutely fabulous. Hi, Sophie. Almost made me wish I wanted to sew. You crochet on a tablecloth. Oh, hang on a minute, Yolanda. I'll just measure my table. I always remember we had McCall's Knitting and Crochet magazines when I was a teenager. And one of them was this absolutely fabulous bedspread, done all in fine crochet cotton and that, And I'm like, oh, I'm going to make one of those when I'm married. Yeah, I still never made one. Yeah. You're eating a cornetto. I'm so jealous. I like a cornetto. Our fridge freezer's in the flipping garage, though. I'm not wandering out there just to see if there is one. Oh, I haven't got the tension for amigurumis. Oh, there's something in there. I got the magazine today. Oh, I got my magazine. Simple Day. I got somebody sending me messages. Don't know who. There's an amigurumi in here. Oh, there it is. There it is. That's the amigurumi in Simply Crochet. Somebody's sending me messages. Don't know who it is. Hi, Lisa. You're knitting a basket stitch nude. And you're still on the cardigan from last week, Jean? But you're on the sleeves, yeah. And Kaz has actually done the back of her sweater. She put a little picture on it on her Facebook page. Let's see who's sending me messages. Oh, dear. Nathan, stop it. I hope not, Nathan. I hope not. Oh, Liza. Liza, I beg your pardon, Liza. Oh, dear. It's just I've got two friends called Lisa, so it's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. You can't post a picture on here, Yolanda. You'll have to post it on Facebook if you've got Facebook. If you're on the Facebook page for this live. Yeah, Liza Tarbuck, yeah. Or Lisa. I don't know. Blame your mother. Blame your mother for giving me a name I can't pronounce. Lisa. All right. It's a Facebook page. Are you not in it, Yolanda? Have I not sent you an invite? Are you on Facebook? Because if you're on Facebook, we have a private page that's just for us on here. Yeah. So if you're not on it, then I'll have to send you an invite, or somebody else can send you an invite. I think it's done so that other people can give you an invite. I can't remember how I set it up. Because what people do is people post. I'll try and, if that's your name on Facebook, otherwise I'd have to know your name on Facebook. Otherwise I can't add you. If I'm doing Sophie Loves RC and you're not on Facebook under that name, then you won't be on there. I'll just write it down because I've got the brain of a goldfish. Let me get me a bit of paper. Right, Sophie, when I get on, I shall send you an invite. I can't do it right now. I'll have to do it once it's over. Anybody else wants adding, just let me know. I've got you as a friend. Oh, I don't know why I didn't invite you then. Cross out the other bit there. Oh, dear. All I can hear is Rosie going. Oh, I better not do that anymore because that'll be me. They always pick a horrible picture of me to put on as my what do you call them? Thumbnail. Yeah. Doodle-doo. At least I don't have to concentrate on this. I can sort of feel where the hole is, if you pardon the expression. You know, you don't have to keep staring at it like when I'm talking to you. I keep trying to use all my bits up, but you know, they never go down. I swear somebody keeps putting balls of wool in there when I'm not looking. I keep thinking, yeah, I've used a load of wool up now. Knitting club Monday was fine. Wednesday evening was fine. I couldn't go to the one Wednesday afternoon. I have to pose for a thumbnail. No, they always pick one. They always pick a horrible one for me. Really, they do. I keep getting messages. Who's sending me messages? Oh, it's UK Medic. Llama Mama Kayla. Hi, Cass. You're in bed already? Woo! Oops. You've done very well with your jumper, haven't you? Your sweater, I should say. Cass. Cass has put a picture on our Facebook page. Yeah, UK Medic's going live, yeah. I used to watch him at first, but I don't now. Yeah. There's only so many people you can keep watching, isn't there? You know what I mean? It's not that you go off people, it's just that you've got to limit your time. You can't watch. You'd never be off the telly, would you? If you watched everybody that you used to watch, you know, and they all still made, especially seeing as loads of people are doing Vlogtober, yeah? You're like, gosh, my time's limited. Oh, I do watch certain ones. I never, there's some I never miss. I never miss Sheila. And that crochet objet, because she's going around Washington at the moment, so that's interesting to me. Who else do I always watch? Little Ali, Little Drops Are Wonderful. I watch Denise when she's on. She started only going on once a week now, hasn't she, I think. Paula, yeah. Oh, I'm going to miss Paula. She's not doing them every day now. Because sometimes she'll go 3 or 4 weeks before she makes a video. Somebody mentioned her name in one of the videos I was watching today. They were going around this exhibition, and there was all these little fluffy animal things, and there was like these guinea pigs or whatever they were. I think they were guinea pigs. And somebody said, "Oh, Paula needs these." So somebody did mention her today. Some I get a break from every now and again. Hi, Jane. Oh, I watch Z. She's doing a Vlogtober, isn't she? I sort of have phases where I watch people, and then all of a sudden I kind of go off them, you know. Hiya, Jill. And then I don't watch them for a while, and then I think to myself, oh, I haven't watched so and so for a while. Then I go back and watch them again. I think sometimes when you watch people all the time, they get a bit samey, don't they? It's like they're saying the same things over and over and over again. I don't know where little one is. She must be somewhere upstairs with her bone. She's staying out the way of the big one, yeah. Yeah, I did notice Ephraim put a nice comment on. Nice to know he's still keeping in touch with us, even though he doesn't come on here. Wrong scissors, aren't they? Hairdressing scissors. I don't know why I've got them. Oh, Ethan, he's lovely. Yeah, Ephraim, he's lovely. He's been a really good friend to me over the years. As Ephraim. He's very busy though with his hairdressing, because like now at this time of the day he's working. Yeah. So he can't come on obviously when he's doing hair, can he? He's such a good hairdresser, I believe. He's very, very popular. Just winding this little bit left into a little ball. At least this has gone from a big ball to a little ball. Oh, I was watching Secret Yarnery. She was doing a review of, those yarn things that you put your yarn on and they hang. God, she must have bought about a dozen little things to decide which one was the best one. I just let my wool roll around on the floor. Anybody here had them? Those things that they look like they hang bananas off them. Yeah. Oh, Ruthie and yeah. Did you buy some? Yeah, she was doing a review that she's called Secret Yarnery, isn't she? Krista, I think she's called Krista. Yeah. She must have bought at least 6 or 7 of them. Some of them she didn't rate them at all. Yarn balls. I've never wanted one of them either. I just let mine roll around. I don't knit from the outside of a ball, so. Yeah, that's what she was saying, Christy, that you need to get extra magnets because the magnets are not strong enough. And every time you pull it, they fall off. I know, oh God, what's she called? Tracy? Crochet Rocks. She was selling one kind. No, I've never found the need for a yarn bowl. I did buy a bowl, just an ordinary bowl one time. Just stuck my wool in it, but it still bounced out, so. Peter Rabbit, yeah. Oh, I can't do amigurumis. I just can't get my tension right. Yeah, what's it called? Denise makes a lot of yarn cozies, doesn't she? Oh, I can't get one, my Addy. I won't sell it. It's just that they like American yarn, the Addy. They don't like English yarn. Oh gosh, yeah. I was watching another lady. She's Japanese, I think. She's called Ami. She's made a book, but it's Japanese, the book. And she was doing a scarf that was like a poodle head at one end and a tail at the other. And she was saying she redid the head about 4 times before she got it to look right. And I thought, yeah, that'd be me. I can't do cross stitch. I can't see. Yeah, bowl from the kitchen's good enough. What's the wrong? Why do you have to get a yarn bowl that are made from ceramic and cost about £25? Yeah. It's all snobbery, isn't it? What kind of gadget can we think about to get people to buy? Oh, yes, we'll think about a ceramic yarn bowl that start at $25 and work their way up to 100. They're made from cherry wood or something. I mean, they look posh. They look nice. I'd use mine as a fruit bowl if I had one. Oh, my ear locked. It's right now. Terry Yarnjo. I've not heard of her. Does she knit or crochet or what does she do? You know me, of the crochet blankets. That's me right off them. If I hear Boggy Creek one more time, I'm going to scream. It's probably a very worthy cause, but I just think it's a horrible, horrible name. And everybody's making them now. Oh, she crochets mostly. Well, I might have a look then. Oh, I have to write these things down because I forget. It's like everybody was making Linus blankets years ago, then everybody else was making blankets for somewhere else, and now it's all of a sudden it's boggy whatnot. I think I have watched Yarn Joy there. My friend makes a lot of toys, but I think she sews them mostly. She has knitted them because she once knitted me a Shaun the Sheep. But she made me a little fabric one that she sent down. She lives in Scotland now. Not Sue. Sue's fine, by the way. I spoke to her last week. Hiya, Chris. How you doing? We've got Kaz on here today. She'll be flirting with you in a minute, Chris. Yeah, she made me a little one. It's a little one made out of like sheepskin with little legs hanging down. Isn't that cute? Yeah. There's a lot of people I used to watch that used to make some fabulous things, but they've all disappeared. When ladies get to a certain age, you're thinking, oh, I hope they haven't passed away, you know. And then you look and all the, the previous videos have disappeared. It might be a very good cause, Kaz. I just hate the name. And the fact that everybody I'm watching is doing a blanket. We must have about 10 blankets for every child. It's funny how some people just vanish without a trace, isn't there? And they don't say, oh, I'm going to stop making videos or anything. They just disappear. And you think, what? Where'd they go? What's happened to them? And I suppose people might say the same thing about me. I've vanished. It's just, it might be me, Kaz. It's just I'm sick of hearing the name. I'm sick of everybody in the world and his auntie making these blooming blankets. Well, have you got a new profile? That's not a new profile, is it? That's your old profile picture, isn't it? Oh, I don't like, you know me and blankets. It's been about 2 months since I last made one, apart from my lives. Yeah, I just can't. My camera, the camera won't stay charged up. Yeah, Catherine, Afternoon Treats has vanished, hasn't she? Yeah. Yeah, it cost you about £30 to. Yeah. I used to watch another lady. She lived up by Niagara Falls. She was really nice. I used to like watching her. Then I used to watch that Sheepishly Sharing. She's not around anymore. Quite a few people vanished off the face of the earth. Yeah. Yeah, Catherine, she went, I think she gave up the yarn dyeing, didn't she? She went back to doing something else. Perhaps she couldn't make a go of it, because she does live on her own, doesn't she? She had that great big house to maintain, which is a lot when you live on your own. I met Catherine, she was very nice. I met her either at, I think it was Woolfest I met her at. One of the ones. Because I was actually name dropping. I was with Claire from Bob Wilson 123, was she called? She was over from Australia. Yeah, she was, and then she suddenly stopped, you know. As I say, you know, maybe it got too much for her, you know. It wasn't so much the yarn dyeing, it's, yeah, crocheting with Claire she is now, yeah. You know, a lot of people who were not big in yarn dyeing. When you're a single person doing yarn dyeing, it must be very, very difficult. Oh, not you as well, Jill. Welcome to the club. You know, if you're a one-man band, it must be very difficult, you know, to keep up with demands and to keep up with. I would love to, but I've got no transport. and nobody I know is going, so I can't share, car costs with anybody. Oh my God, yeah. Oh gosh, that's high. Yeah, I would love to go to some more, yeah. I mean, it's just been Yarndale. I've been watching the videos on... but when you have no transport and you're relying on coach companies don't want to take me mobility scooter. They moan because they say it's heavy and stuff. Well, I think that's high. Sounds high anyway. It sounds high, Jill. I'm not very... My monitor must do it differently. My monitor does like 7 point something or 12 or 13 or something. It doesn't do 119 and 133. I always wanted to go to Ali Pali, Alexander Palace. But of course, I never got down there because I would have had to stay overnight and it was always the cost. And I would have had to get the train down. And that was when I was able to walk around it. But now I would have the added bonus of having to take a mobility scooter and all that. Yeah, that's my trouble. If anybody runs a trip, then the coach companies don't want to take my scooter. No, I don't watch her all the time, no. There's a reason for it, Chris, and I will let you know. No, I haven't seen Baggy Day. I don't always watch her. What's she done lately? I don't watch her much now, no. All will be revealed, all in the fullness of time. Yeah, she got swatted, yeah. She does ruffle people's feathers up a bit, though, doesn't she? From what I can gather. I don't watch her, so I don't know. Oh, I bit my lip. It served me right for eating a sweet. There's a reason for it, Mimi, but I don't want to go into it tonight, yeah? I will tell you all in the fullness of time. You might be right, Nathan. You might be right. No, we haven't been burgled, no. Talking about religion? Oh, no. I think that should be kept out of vlogs. Offends too many people. She got raided by the SWAT team Jane, somebody maliciously sent a SWAT team to her house. No, I don't think. Unless you are doing a religious podcast and that's your thing, then I don't think you should put it on an ordinary crafting podcast, no. Because you offend too many people with either religion or politics or race or anything like that. You offend too many people. Everybody is entitled to their own opinions, and that's why I try not to mention anything. You can't impose your will upon other people. You can't impose your well, I don't think she knows who did it. Well, no, you can't. You can't say you must do this and you must do that. And if you're not a member of this party or this religion or that, there's enough of it going on in this country. It's supposed to be a country of free speech. And yet you're frightened of opening your mouth over here sometimes. And it's all wrong. People will be people and let them be what they want to be. I'm not going to preach to anybody. Somebody's talking about religion on the channel now. Well, it's a crafting channel. I stopped watching a couple of other people that were doing that, you know. It was all bringing, you know, things into it, which, you know, everybody's entitled. Yeah, somebody sent the SWAT team round to them. They think they know who it was. I don't know who it was, and I'm not interested, to be quite frank about it. I mean, it was a nasty thing to do. If it was somebody's idea of whatever, I don't know. I don't know anything about it, really. I just know it happened. Oh, goodness, that one. Yeah, we had to ban her. Oh, hello, Rosie. Rosie's turned up with her bow. Yeah, it was a nasty thing to do. I mean, I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. But there's some funny people in this world. That's why it's best to stay middle of the road and not ruffle too many feathers unless you can help it, you know. Yeah, so did I, Jill, yeah, but the SWAT team, Mimi. Police SWAT team. You know, like you see on the telly when they beat the door down and fly in. Yeah, that. It doesn't really, well, it does sometimes happen over here. It's usually to do with drugs if it's over here. It's the way with a lot of people, Cass. Not just picking on one person. A lot of people get a load of subscribers, which is very nice for them. But they get a bit big-headed about it, you know. I watch one and all she can say these days is what? Oh, I'm nearly up to so many subscribers. Oh, I'm nearly there now. I'll do a giveaway when I get to some. And I'm like, oh, shut up. You know. Oh. Yeah, don't get me started on her, yeah. Use your stash. And then she's crocheted a, what do you call it? A lip balm holder. How to use up your stash. I'm like, oh, that's going to use a lot of stash in it, Bella Coco. Yeah. It probably was very scary. I wouldn't want them bashing in here. But then again, I hope I don't upset too many people. I'm very middle of the road, very easygoing me. I mean, I've listened to some, you know. I used to go on to some lives, not yours, Jill, but I used to go on to some lives and, oh, the stabbing and the backstabbing that goes on and the nastiness that goes on. And I'm like, whoa, you know. You know, in some channels, they cause trouble in an empty room on their own, don't they, you know. Now, I've stopped watching one or two people. You know, that what I call brag. I don't like braggers. You know, like, look at me, I've got this. Look at me, I've bought this. Look at me, I've got this. You know, and I'm like, oh, shut up. I don't want to know. I'm not interested in how many freebies you've got and how many giveaways you're doing. Not interested. I just like to sit and watch somebody chatter away there nicely. I've got another one. Oh, it's UK Medic. Saturday chat he's doing. Oh, and Zizi likes me photo. Hi, Zizi. She's not watching me, but never mind. Oh, she fell over again, didn't she? God, that girl doesn't need to stand on 2 feet. She got some bruises on her. First of all, she fell over water in the garden. She put her foot down a hole. And then she fell again in the blooming kitchen. Spiked her backside on a chair. I could understand. I could understand it if she was a drinker, but she doesn't drink, does she? With some people, it's awful. It's their voice. With some people, the content's good and everything's nice, but sometimes their voice just grates on my nerves, you know. And I'm like, oh, can't watch him. Night, Sophie. I will send you an invite. It'll probably be tomorrow. Oh, did they? That's nice of them. Hi, Gloria. Oh, you've got some decent internet. Mine's very hit and miss. It went off the other day. Well, the telly went off the other night. The internet on the telly went off. sure it's all to do with the rain. If we get rain and if we get, you know, high wind or bad weather, it seems to put the internet off. Yeah, she's back to doing them. She'll probably do them about once a month now, doesn't she? When you get used to her coming on every day, and then all of a sudden she'll go back to disappearing and doing one a month or one every 6 weeks. You know, you have to wait and wait and wait for one, don't you? I like Leslie, not quite enough yarn. But she, you know, she's going to have to go through chemo, isn't she? So she probably won't make half as many videos as she normally does. There's a lot of people I used to watch that are no longer around. Sad but true. They've probably got other lives to lead and other things to do. Hey, Denise. Yeah, Leslie, yeah. Leslie, not quite enough yarn. We found a tumour about the size of a grapefruit, wasn't it? I mean, she's a big, big girl, so probably she didn't notice it as much as anybody who was slimmer. It was only when she started having symptoms and that she went for tests and she had an operation. She had a rough time of it. She nearly didn't come back from that one, did she? And now she's got to do chemo. But she's really chirpy. Isn't she? I mean, I don't know how she does it. She's like, well, I guess I'll have to make some hats then. Whereas most people will be like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my hair. I still don't know where Little is. Yeah, I know. It's very scary, isn't it? When none of us know what's round the corner, it's probably as well we don't. Would we really want to know what's in our future? I don't think we would. She's absolutely, I don't know how she does it. But she has got sort of like a dark sense of humour doing what she does for a living, you know. Yeah, no, when her sister was on the last vlog she did, yeah. What she say? I'm only here for the entertainment or something. Like she said, they're like Laurel and Hardy, aren't they, when they're together? Yeah, none of us know, Kaz. None of us know what's round the corner. You just have to thank your lucky stars and live each day as you go along, don't you? I don't think there's one person amongst us. I can't say that they don't know people who've been touched with it. What Leslie and her sister, they do, don't they? Hello, Val. I need to change mine, Jill. Mine relates to my old house, which is not current. I'm sure the people who bought my house would love to know that I've left it to my son. I think they'd be a little bit alarmed. Yeah, I've got my Amazon wish list in case anybody wants to know. Are you off to bed, Yolanda? That's a good idea, Kaz. I hadn't thought about that one. I don't think that would go. That idea would go. My mother's an Amazon wish list, yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that. I do need a new PC and a new camera. That's for sure, but no, I wouldn't do a GoFundMe. I do have a wish list, by the way, but it is more for my own memory. And I think, I might want that and put it on the wish list. And then I go through after a while and think, no, I don't want that anymore. I don't want that anymore. I tend to put books on it as well. And then when I look at them again, I think, no, I don't really want to watch it. I don't want to read that anymore. Why did I put that on my wish list? I need a new PC. But all the things press, don't they? I'm afraid I'm one of those kind of people who waits until everything breaks down and then goes, oh, I want a new one. I'm not wealthy enough to just buy new ones at whim, you know. I would never like to be mega rich, but it must be nice to just say, I think I'll get a new laptop. I think I'll get a new PC. I'll go on Amazon and I'll order one, you know. And you think, yeah, that must be lovely. Or I think I'll buy some new trainers, you know. I've never kind of been in that position. You know, when you hear people who say, when you've got any spare money, you know, I'm like, spare money? Spare money? What's spare money? Obviously, you know. My idea of spare money is the extra £2 you find in your purse that you didn't know you had. And you think, oh, where did that come from? Or you put your hand in your pocket and you find a quid, don't you? Found a £1 coin in your pocket, you forgot. Oh, well, that's my idea of spare money. I did that the other day. I was swapping things over from one handbag to the other. And I'd obviously put £2 coins in the side of my purse. You know, so that when you go, you know, you go shopping and you have to put £1 in the, I don't know what you do in America, but you have to put £1 in to get your trolley. They must think you're going to run off with them in England. You have to pay £1. And I found £2 in the side pocket of me. In my handbag. I thought, whoa, rich. No, that's what gets me down, Kaz. You know, when people, they're like, not bragging, but they're saying, oh, you know, I've nearly got so many thousand views, you know. Oh, you can bet your life I wouldn't ever rely on my subscribers. I love my subscribers. They're very, very loyal. But money, no, I don't make any money. You know I don't. It means she accidentally deleted you, Munchkin. But then she got you back again. Yeah, I watched one and she's going on and on about, oh, I'm nearly at so many subscribers and I'll do a giveaway when I'm there. Oh, if you know any of your friends that want to, and I'm like, oh, shut up. Do you know how bad you sound? I like to have cash in my purse, yeah, but you know, a robber would not get very far with what I keep in my purse. Yeah, it's like somebody was saying in England, they want you to have cards only, not to pay with cash, and yet when you go to the supermarket, you've got to put £1 in to get a trolley. So they want your cash then, don't they? As if we're going to run off with a supermarket trolley, you know what I mean? So why do we have to pay £1 to borrow one while we're going shopping? I don't know whether you do in the US, but we have to put £1 in the trolley to get a trolley. I don't even know what Littleton is. Oh, do they? I know you used to be able to buy those little coiny things that were the same size as a pound coin. People used to have them on the key ring, but then it means you you go around the store with them like hanging off your keys hanging off the trolley. Yeah, exactly, Chris. You know, when you have a power cut and stuff like that, and you can't get. Yeah, some of the ones where I used to live before, they had like a thing, a ramp thing, and you couldn't get your trolley out the car park. You couldn't wheel it past the car park, which is a good idea, but charging you a quid. You don't always have a pound. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it's like a cattle grid, and you can't get out the car park with your trolley. They get around it though. If there's two people, one picks the front of the trolley up, one picks the back of the trolley up, and they just lift it over that, and then they wheel it down the road. Yeah. Yeah, the number of times when I could walk around, I used to take trolleys back. You know, I'd find a Tesco trolley abandoned, I'd be wheeling it back up and taking it back up to Tesco. Because you know, if you leave it, the kids will just wreck it. Or, like you say, throw it in the river. I don't know where little one is. Rosie's gone to sleep on the sofa, but I've not even seen little. Ever since she got given a bone, I've not seen her since. I don't know whether she's upstairs or where she is. Trixie Bell. The other one's called. I can hear the bone banging on the floor somewhere. I think she must be upstairs with it. Yeah, I was watching a lady in Japan, and she has a store cupboard, like with all these things in it. And I thought, why would she want that in Japan? And then she said something about earthquakes, and I thought, oh gosh, do they have earthquakes in Japan? Maybe she's in a high rise. It's moved at the moment, Lisa. All will be revealed shortly. As Cass said, am I putting my wool in there? It's a nice idea. You never know what comes next in this house. Oh, do they have earthquakes? Yeah, I think maybe she lives in a flat. Yeah, yeah. Well, she was stocking up on like noodles and water and stuff like that. I tell you what, the kitchen. I mean, admitted she looks as though she's quite a wealthy Japanese. The kitchen gadgets she's got in that flat of hers. Honestly, I mean, she cooks an awful lot. Vegetables I've never even seen before. Oh yeah, yeah. I want 10 quid, Chris. That's not enough to move me anywhere. Last of the big spenders. Don't spend your tenner all at once. Yeah, this Japanese kitchen. She got the gadgets, and the cupboards. They don't seem to have cupboards that open. They've got like drawers that pull out. You know, it fascinates me watching them cook. Because like these vegetables are just whopping big knife, you know, chopping everything up. It's like a knife to, you know, huge. And they're always such tiny people, these little Japanese. Well, these girls are the ones I'm following. Dainty little things. And they make like about 3 or 4 dishes. And I'm like, they can't eat all that food. How many people are in that building? And then they say things like, I live alone, you know, and I'm like, and you're cooking 3 different meals for your meal at night. And well, these young lasses that I follow, one of them is an absolutely brilliant embroiderer. She's called Kiki Sabu, I think. And she's absolutely, oh yeah, they do bento boxes, don't they, when they're going anywhere? And they have like rice in one and some seaweed things in another. But honestly, the way they cook, like we would make, I presume, unless you're really posh, you make a meal, don't you? Sometimes you have a sweet, yeah. Um, I've never won anything yet, Val, on the premium ones. I think they forgot my name. Yeah, you know, I don't have 3 courses. I mean, if I'm lucky, I sometimes have something what I call my pudding or my sweets, yeah. But, you know, I don't start off with, like, you know, first course, main course, and a sweet when I'm on my own, you know. Yeah, these are like little wooden boxes, aren't they? With, and then they put rice into balls, don't they? And they wrap it round with this like seaweed stuff. But some of the vegetables I just couldn't christen them. I'm like, what's that? And they get a lot of those like mushrooms that are like long thin strings with a little head on. I don't know what kind of mushrooms they are. They're all stalks. Yeah, and their baths are weird, aren't they? They're sort of short but very deep, yeah. This one I watched, she's really super, super clean. She's forever cleaning everywhere, mopping the floor. And yeah, they're like long, long, about that long. And then they've got a tiny little head on the end, yeah. All right, Kaz, enjoy your work tomorrow if you can. Don't forget, we want to see the front of that jumper, not just the back. The sleeves are plain, you'd be glad to know. Oh, I don't know whether this is long enough. The pattern was in 4-ply and it said to do 40 something rows, but obviously this is in double knitting, so I don't think I need to do 49 rows. I shall see. Night, night, Kaz. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. That's enough to keep you up all night, isn't it? Yeah, she's upstairs. I can hear her banging her bone along the ceiling. Well, it's not the ceiling, it's the floor upstairs. My ceiling, yeah. Oh, bye, Mimi. I'll try it on and see how long it's got to be. I don't think she gives any measurements, actually. I've only printed one sheet off, so I can't find out. I could look at the pattern because it's online, but how deep it's supposed to be. It's a shawl, or as she calls it, because she's Israeli, shawl. But it's more of a stole, actually, because you start off with it wider. I just fancied doing it with me oddments, thinking I'll use a load of oddments, so you can't even tell I've been in that cupboard. Can't even tell anything's gone. Yeah, the wool's still in there, you just can't see it. The bits underneath are full. It's just the top bits that the glass that are empty. Well, actually, it's not empty because behind the door it's got some booze in it, which you can't see because the door's blocking it. You can see one can. The bottles are still there. They haven't moved. Do, 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 do. Why am I singing Dashing Through the Snow on a one-horse open sleigh? I'm going to try this on, see how many more rows I need to do, because I don't need to do 49, I'm sure. That was for the 4-ply version. She said you can do it in double knitting, but she didn't tell you what hook to use or how many rows to do. She didn't say that. Although she has done one on her video, so I don't know whether she told me on the video. I can't remember. I cannot remember. When I watched her doing it, I thought, well, she used more colours that were themed, let's say. Her colours kind of went together, not like mine. Mine are just a mishmash of what I happen to have in the cupboard, because I'm using oddments, you know. And oddments don't always tone, do they, you know. If I'd have had my way, it would have been all like purples and lilacs and pinks and things like that. But I didn't have that many. I just had bits of colours like this. And Davina. Who is Davina? Is that her handle, her name? This is 4-ply. Well, English 4-ply. Your fingering weight, I presume. See, I don't know half of these people. I need to go and look them up. I seem to get stuck in a rut, you know, the same few people I watch over and over and over again. And unless I go down a rabbit hole and get diverted off track, I never find these new people. I got diverted off track today, finding this lady who does all this machine embroidery. I would have never found her, but for the fact I sort of went down a rabbit hole somewhere. You know, if you're not watching what you're doing, and it goes from one YouTube to another, doesn't it, if you're not watching? And you suddenly find you're watching something really strange. You think, how did I end up here? You finish up watching people living in tents in a snowstorm when you weren't even watching that in the first place. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh, some of them are gorgeous. Some of those, embroidery, Val. They're so talented, aren't they, you know? I wouldn't know where to start, me. I know how to do a chain stitch, and that's about it. Or a stem stitch, I think. Apart from that, my embroidery skills are very, very limited. Pumpkin mad. I don't like, as I say, I'm not into Halloween. I'm not into pumpkins. God, there was more on this ball than I thought there was. I would have wound it on my winder if I'd have known it was going to take this long. It's getting near the end. Getting near the end. I've no idea what little it is. Six ply yarn. I think that's Australian, isn't it? I thought it was like an Aran. No, Australians do plies, don't they? You know, 4 ply, 6 ply, 8 ply. Maybe 6 ply is double knitting. Anybody know? Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to try it on, see how big it is. It's a granny square shawl, but you start off with a long chain like that. Oh, it's getting long enough now. I don't think I want to go much longer, actually. Look at that, how jazzy I am. Woohoo! All the colours of the rainbow. That's what happens when you're using your oddments up, when you don't have a theme. All right, good night, Linda. Val suggested that it'd be nice if you did it in something like the boho spirit, you know, the colours that change on their own. But I was just trying to use up oddments. It'll be warm. It'll keep me warm. But what I like is, like you say, it doesn't start off narrow. It starts off with like a, you know, more substantial neckline. So it kind of comes down. I don't know how long it's supposed to go. As long as you make it, I suppose. I've not made one this shape before. I might carry on wearing it. Might be nice and cozy. Oh, we've had no shad tonight, have we? Asking me about my necklace. I'll cover it up if he comes on. I'll say, what necklace? Not wearing one tonight, Shad. This is my necklace. I mean, I wouldn't wear this out anywhere. Out, you know, but I would wear it in the house, yeah. You know, and I'm watching the telly, I would wear it then. But it's not one you would wear out anyway. It's the wrong kind of shape, I think, to wear out. But as I say, I've used a load of colours up. But you'd not think I'd used anything out of the cupboard. The cupboard's still full. Well, it's using all my bits up. I'm not looking forward to the, you know, this sort of darning in stage. Not looking forward to that bit. Take me a good night to do all them, won't it? It's on both sides, yeah. Still, as you say, it might get used up the bits and pieces. Well, I had purple as my next one, but I don't know whether I will do purple next. Because whatever you do for the last row, you have to do Yeah, I suppose. It's got to have an edging all the way around it, though, Val. It's got a scalloped edging at the bottom. So whatever you do for your last row, you need to, it carries on to do the scallops, yeah. So I put the purple. It's not the same purple as that purple. And that purple there is what I should use for the neck and all down the front. It's very jazzy, Nathan. As I say, it's just to keep me warm, really. Just to put on at night. Put it round my shoulders when I get chilly. Yeah, if I do the purple, it's not the same purple as that purple. And I want to use that purple for round the edge of here and down the front. I could do the purple as long as I put another colour on after the purple. She does a different colour at the bottom than she does at the sides and the top. Either that or I do purple all the way around. You know, this edge, and the bottom in purple. Because I'm getting fed up with it now, so I think I might finish it off and do it. But in the meantime, of course, I could sew the ends in, couldn't I, while I'm thinking about it. Could always do that. Sew some ends in. Because that's pretty boring, isn't it? Sewing ends in is pretty boring. It's going to take me a long time to sew the ends in. I have enough for purple, the other, not this purple. I have enough the other purple to go all the way around, I think. I shall just sew the ends in while I make a decision. Sew the ends in. That reminds me, this one of my son's friends, his little boy's called Enzo. It's an unusual name. He may use Italian. But Enzo, it's a really unusual name, isn't it? Do, 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 do. That needle is a bit long. It's a darning needle, it's a bit long. I usually like a crewel needle when I'm sewing up rather than a darner. Darner's always long. I'll finish up doing this bit. And I'll change needles for the next one. Oh yes, sewing in ends is so much fun. I love doing sewing in ends. That's why I leave them all the time. It tickles me when people are showing you finished objects. And it's something that they've kind of worn, you know, and they'll say, oh, don't mind the ends. And they haven't sewn the ends in. And I'm like, you've been wearing that. Why haven't you sewn the ends in? You sound like somebody off Grace Brothers there, Nathan. It'll ride up with wear, suits you, sir. I need them. Got a smaller one with a big eye. That one was a bit handicapping me. It was a bit too long. What my favourite pastime, sewing ends in. Oh, yes. I like it so much I volunteer to do it for other people. Yeah, right. Okay. It's my favourite thing of all time. It's like when people say they like the ironing. I've never met a woman yet who likes ironing. Can anybody honestly say they love standing there ironing? I used to have to find a really good programme on the telly. Or my favourite thing was to stand outside on the decking with my ironing board, listening to the birds. And ironing, it's that thing that nobody wants to do. I should do ironing. Winthrop, the Scots. I don't know. I sent that video to the knit club. I said to Sue, if she'd have been there, she'd have been broke. Do you see those jukey machines? Some of the sewing machines, my goodness me. I only sew straight lines. These sing, dance and make a cup of tea, these machines. No, I'm not keen on ironing. I like things once they've been ironed. I used to iron pillowcases, but I never ironed sheets. Some people iron towels, don't they, and everything. Oh, little one's coming downstairs at last. She must have got bored with her bone. Oh no, I never. No, I never iron underwear. I've got a little steamer, but it's still in the box. I've never used it. I bought a big steamer when I lived at Mountside, but it was on a coat hanger thing, but it was really rubbish. It were all right for a T-shirt or something. But you couldn't have done a dress or anything. It wasn't tall enough for a dress. Well, it's a wonder I didn't have it from mine, you're right. You better go and iron them then, nerdy. Don't let us keep you. Don't forget to steam them. You don't want any wrinkles in them. I need to send those dishcloths to my niece. I may not see her for a few weeks because she just moved in. And she got a leak on her boiler that they didn't know anything about. I bet the people who moved out knew about it. So she had to get a plumber to sort that out. Can you imagine just moving into a new house and finding that your boiler leaks? I've ironed the sheets, but when they were on the bed. I put them. They were very, very wrinkled for some reason or another one day when I was putting them on the bed, and I thought, oh, I'm not going to like lying on them wrinkles. So I plugged the iron in next to the bed and ironed them on the bed. There was no way I was ironing the whole sheet. I just smoothed the bit over where I was laying. Seeing as I lived on my own, it was only one half. I only ironed one half of it, the bit I would lay on. Didn't iron the other half. I just knew that it would bug me getting into bed with all them wrinkles. Well, you know, wrinkles, yeah. I'm talking about wrinkles in the sheet. That's because I didn't sleep last night. I could not get to sleep. I finished up waking up and sitting up while about 5 o'clock in the morning reading a book. Now, of course, I'm tired now. My eyeballs are closing now. I didn't go back to sleep until it was about 5 o'clock, 5:30 when I went to bed, when I'd finished my book. What book am I reading at the moment? I've just finished one, something about dinner ladies or something it was. It was a bit of a tripey book, but I'd started reading it, so I finished it. Oh, and I was still reading Paul What's Its life story. You know, Lily Savage. Still reading that in bits at the moment. I just read one about Janet Street Porter's childhood. Just read that one. I like mystery ones. I listen to a lot of like Agatha Christie and that on me Kindle, but then I fall asleep. So, and then in the morning I've forgotten the title of the thing I was listening to, the video I was listening to, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't that one. So I've got about 10 half books stuck in my head at the minute, and I can't remember what the ending is, so that I could go and read them again. I'm not very highbrow when it comes to my reading material. I'm not quite Mills and Boon, but I'm not far wrong. I just like mysteries, really. I looked and there was one coming on and I thought, oh, that's going to be nice. Guess what? It's on blooming Gold or something, and you can only get that through subscription. I thought, well, why do you keep advertising it on ordinary ITV then? It's annoying. And no, I am not paying for a subscription to Gold. Yeah, you see these things advertised and you think, wow, that looks good. That looks really good. And then you find out it's only on subscription. I'm tight and I won't pay. If you wait long enough, it comes on. Yeah, I hate that. And I also hate, like, you know, when they say, I've just made this pattern only for my Patreon users. The rest of you can't have it. And I'm like, well, okay then. Fine. I won't have it then. Keep it to yourself. I would have paid you $5 or $6 for it, but if you don't want me to have it, then you don't want me to have it. I ain't having it. I'm not paying $10 a month subscription to you. Sod right off. Am I tight? Am I tight? Yes, I'm tight. Everything you have to pay for everything, and it's all gone up and up and up. I mean, Sky, if you used to have the basic package, it used to be, that's cable TV if you're in the US. You could get just the ordinary basic package and it was within reason. But now, you got to have this, you got to have that. Oh, you have the other, you have the movie channel. I don't want the movie channel. What do you mean you don't want the movie channel? Oh, you need sport. No, I don't. I don't watch sport. But it's when they put things like that I do want to watch on subscription, like geographic channels and history things. Yeah, I've read the Thursday Murder Club. I've read all 3 of them now. He's got a new one coming out. Well, it's out now in hardback, but I'm not paying £11 for it. I'm waiting for it to come out in paperback before I buy it. I think it's about 11 or £12 in. I'll pay that for a craft book because I'm going to use over and over, but I like it. My daughter-in-law didn't like it at all. I like it because it's set with people like my age. You may not like it because you might not identify. But they're like set in an old folks' home and they're all old dodderers. It's quite lightweight. Yeah, one of them's only just come out. That's the one I won't buy until it comes out in paperback. Or Kindle. I'm not paying teens of pounds for one. Hello, Nifty. Do you knit? Do you crochet? Do you craft? What do you do? I don't know. Does he have a... Like, a lot of people have a drink problem at the moment with this blooming government. But we don't talk politics on here. You're a crocheter. Oh, well, there you go. Nifty is a crocheter. And are you nifty by nature? Just your name. What was that, his first marriage? He's married still, isn't he? To somebody. A lot of people in show business drink, don't they? Drinking I can sort of understand, in a way, but I don't understand hard drugs. I take enough drugs prescription-wise. I don't want to add to any more. You pulling on your loose wrinkles out? I've got plenty of loose wrinkles. Do you want to pull on mine? The only drug I would consider, if it was legal, would be like marijuana. Sounds like living here, that nerd. What are you doing that for? Why are you doing that? Oh, you had your COVID. Oh, gosh. I'm working on using up my oddments in a shawl, nifty. Very brightly coloured. Only trouble is, I feel like I've used all these colours. And I've not made a small dent in my stash. I don't mean my stash of big colours, I mean my stash of part balls and oddments. Balls of wool that are like that size. I keep using them up. What does she want you to say if you're a mum? Jane, everywhere of mine's got wrinkles. It's called old age, dear. No, that's the trouble with teenagers. I think they know it all, don't they? I probably was as bad when I was that age. Thought my mother was a stupid. We all think we know better. I wasn't quite a brat, but I suppose I was a bit of a nuisance. I mean, some kids are real brats, aren't they? You want to give them a smack. Well, I do anyway. Don't be so disrespectful. Some of today's teenagers, the way they talk to their parents. I'd have got a good hiding for that. My age group. God, you wouldn't have dared answer your parents back. Well, you might do it once, but you wouldn't do it twice, would you? I know somebody said that the other day to me, that you didn't answer your parents back. I said, I probably did, but only once. You soon got told where you got off, didn't you? Well, my generation did. I don't know about the newer generation. Oh, they all think they know it all, Jane. They think they know it all, and you know nothing. They forget you've been around a lot longer, and you've probably done everything that they're going to do twice over. Oh, God, yeah. Which book, Nathan? I've lost the plot. I know some of the young mums, the way they speak to their children. The language is appalling. I nearly got beaten up in Salford for telling a woman. Oh, the fourth Richard. What, 550 now, is it? What is it on? Is that a Kindle or a, whatever? Last time I looked, it was £11, I think. The paperback's not out yet, is it? Or has it come out now? Because I was... Oh, the paperback's £5.50. Oh, I might order that then. I don't mind £5.50, but I'm buggered if I'm paying £11. I shall look later. I've got a pile of books ready to go to the... I don't know to take them to the charity shop or take them to... The church does, but I don't know whether some of them are suitable for the church, you know what I mean? Why would I want 2 books? Unless you were buying it for a friend. Yeah, I'm a bit hesitant to taking some of my books to the... It's not that they're awful, but, you know, the church I go to for knit club, it's Methodist, and they're a bit more straight-laced. Yeah, split personality. You can have 2 books you can read. You can read it twice. Your alter ego can be reading one. Oh, any 2 for £9.50. Any 2 different books, you mean? I see. I thought you meant any 2 with the same book. I hope these dogs don't need a wee. I haven't let them out. Rosie's usually the one who asks me. Trixie just piddles where she is. You take any books? I can't get up the steps at the museum. I nearly broke my neck at the tavern. Wish they'd put a handrail where you have to go in. It's not very good. When you go from the car park into the tavern. I suppose it's all right if you go around the other way. Go in the other side. It's where I go to for a meal. It's like 2 wide steps to go in it, but no handrail. There's nowhere to hang on to anything. If you go in the other side, that's better because they've got a ramp, you know, for anybody who's disabled. But if you go in the side from that's nearest to the car park, you have to go down steps. Up steps, sorry. Yeah, I've never been in the museum here because I can't get up the steps. Do, 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 do. Oh, I just love darning ends in. It's my favourite occupation. I've nearly done one side. No matter how much I darn them in and darn them back and then darn them in again, the end always pokes up. Always pokes out somehow or another. Do, 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 do. Sounds a bit like familiar Jane. Don't put that there. Don't put that there. But why not? I've nearly got to the end of one side, so it ends in. What are you doing, Rosie? I don't know where little in is. She's not come down, wherever she is. She's not crying, so she can't have shut herself in anywhere. Oh, my knee's locked again. Ah! It's great fun when your knee locks. Yeah, they've gone out for an hour, so they said. Don't know when they're coming back. They gave them a bone each to keep them happy, well, because they knew it was me alive, yeah. But I don't know where little is. I've not seen her since. If she's piddled somewhere, it's not my problem. I know nothing. She's very territorial if she has a bone, the little one. She won't let Rosie near it. They have a real major scrap. She will not let anybody touch anything she's got. I don't know yet, Nerdy. I don't know. All will be revealed in the fullness of time. All I know is I dusted everything, washed everything. I thought he'd moved out, Jane. I don't know. I'm not decided, Nerdy. Not decided. Just thought it was time for a change. What, the yarn cakes from Aldi or Lidl or wherever it is they've got them. I didn't even go and look. Oh, I had to polish them all as well. Because my mum's crystals got silver at the bottom. So I had to get my polishing cloth and polish all the silver. That's what I was doing this afternoon. You don't think they'd get dirty in glass cabinets, but they were filthy. Oh, we always wash our own knickknacks, don't we, Val? Oh, I tell you, that video, Val, oh, some of that machine embroidery. God, if Sue would have been there, she'd have been spending a flipping fortune. I used to put reggae on. Reggae was brilliant for doing your chores. Really upbeat, you know. They call me Mr. Fantastic. I don't know why I could get loads of housework done watching, listening to reggae. I know that's the trouble with ornaments. They're real dust collectors, aren't they? I had a friend who used to collect Capo di Monte, is it that China stuff? Figurines. And she was always having to wash them with a toothbrush and everything. And I was watching, what's she called? Elise Bush. She's only been going out with this fella a couple of months and she's moved him in. And then in the last video, she's talking about buying a house together with him. And I'm like, oh, for goodness sake, thought you'd learnt your lesson. She did that not long back and it didn't work out, did it? It's Elise Bush, Bohemian Wonders. Yeah, she was buying a house with her then boyfriend. And they'd started doing a lot of renovations on it. And then they fell out. And she was back looking for somewhere to live. She just bought herself a nice little bungalow, doing it up lovely. And then she's met this fella, moved him in, and then she's talking about buying another house. And I'm like, oh, you can see the writing on the wall, can't you? You know. And other people in the comments are going, no, no, don't do it, don't do it. You don't know him. She's only known him about 4 months. My God. I knew mine for 2.5 years and I still didn't know what I'd married. I suppose it's the luck of the draw. What do they say? Marry in haste and repeat at what's it called? Repeat. No, regret at leisure, is it something? I mean, some people are lucky. You hear about these people who meet, get married in a fortnight, don't they? And they're together 50 years. But the majority of the time, it doesn't work. I've given over bothering Chris. I'm happier on my own. At one time, I would have liked another partner, but not now. I think when I was about 50, I was still, kind of looking in a half-hearted sort of way. I was never like searching avidly. Oh, I need a fella, I need a man. No, I think if you've had a rough time, you're not in a rush to do it again. You're not missing much, Chris, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think if you've had a great, great marriage, you might want to do it again, but I'm not in any rush. Yeah, well, you were still young when you married him, weren't you see? Oh, I can hear little feet. She's actually come down the stairs. Oh, that's considerably young. I was still married when I was in my 30s. No, by the time I got divorced, I was in my 40s. So in my late 40s and my 50s, I was open to options, let's just say, but I never met anybody. Well, I did, but it didn't work out. We never got to the marriage stage. I think he's the only one I would have married. If he'd have ever asked me, but he never did. I probably dodged another bullet there. I think I'm too selfish now. Too set in my ways. Yeah, you were one of the lucky ones, Val. My mum was. I wanted a marriage like my mum and dad had. Hello, Toots. Hello. I tried, but he didn't, so. When there's only one of you trying, it doesn't work, does it? I was the one who capitulated all the time. I was the one who bowed down to what he said. And it doesn't work. I was married for 20 odd years, so you can't say I didn't give it my best shot. Yeah, my mum and dad were. I don't know how long they were married. It must have been 60 something years, my mum and dad. I can't remember. Oh, God, better off without that one. I was never happy when I was with him. When you live your life being stifled, it's just not fun. Treading on eggshells, scared to death of saying the wrong thing, it's not fun. I used to sit and cry at the top of the street, not wanting to go home, stealing myself. I got to the stage where I was shaking so much. And I thought, this is just ridiculous. Yeah. Well, that's not nice, is it, Denise? I like the way they always blame us. Yeah, it was always my fault, yeah. I've lived my life with everything being my fault. I've decided. Yeah, they don't want to believe it's them, anything to do with them, because they're so damn perfect, aren't they? That's what put me off getting married again, thinking, my God, have I got such rotten choice that maybe I'd pick the same all over again? Maybe I'd get another one. It'd be just my luck. I'm a rotten picker of men. Yeah, it's my fault. Yeah, you're probably right. When I was married, it was my fault if it rained, yeah. Summer, what's a summer? Oh, they do indeed, Munchkin. Rosie's choking on her bone. I've got to the age where I believe it's my fault for everything now. Because everybody tells me so. Well, it would help, Janet, if you were trying to thread the right end of the needle. I'm trying and trying to thread this needle, and I realised I'm trying to thread the point. It's got to that stage, and it's got to that time of night, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've got a friend like that. Her husband walked out on her and trying to get round one of the sons, and he said, I lived here, you know. I know what was going on. I lived here. They must think that the kids are blind or something. Yeah, he was trying to say it was the wife's fault. But like his son said, I lived here too, Dad. I'll be glad when I've sewn all these ends in. You're not helping me, are you? Come on, come and sew a few ends in for me. Rosie, have you done scratching? You done itching now? Oh, hello, she wants to go out now. Thank your lucky stars you don't have a blinking husky. The one across the road used to, when I lived in Prestwich, he used to howl. Oh, God, did he howl? If you've ever heard a husky singing, oh, God, they can make a noise. No, this one would howl and howl if he was in the back garden. He would yell his head off. Especially if they went out and left him in the backyard. He would howl. But they don't just howl, they like sing, don't they? They have different notes. And they're very loud. I'm weaving ends in here. When my buster lived with my son, they obviously went out to work and they were always getting complaints about him barking all day. He didn't do it with me, but then I was in with him, wasn't I, most of the time. Beep, 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 beep. Why did I decide to do all these colours in this shawl? I've got a little pile of ends. Enough to stuff an amigurumi with I was making. Ooh. 11:30 and all's well. I haven't had me chocky, have I? I'm that busy sewing ends in. Not had me chocolate bar. Guess what I've got? I bet the neighbours are sick of this one. It's a good job we're detached and not semi. Oh, hello. Is your mama back? Eh? Sounds like the family might be back. Either that or somebody else is talking in the street. What are you doing? No, it weren't them. It must have been somebody else in the street. You can tell I'm getting to the end of sewing this up, can't you? I'm trying to sew to thread the point. I think it's time I had a chocolate break. I've got a few more ends to sew in, but I'm going to take a break. Look at that. All my scrap ends. I've still got that much to sew in. I'm going to have a chocolate bar. Turkish delight. You're right, Val. Life, Turkish delight. From the fabulous East. It's the Sultan's favourite treat. It's rice, Turkish delight. And I bet a Sultan's never seen a Turkish delight. Ooh. Well, I cut it open, so I thought, but obviously I didn't. I found a shop near here that sells them. I did used to do belly dancing, you're right. I used to love doing my belly dancing till my back knackered. Mmm. 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 Heaven, I'm in heaven. Oh, I could eat that on its own without a chocolate around it. It's probably all gelatine to get it to, to be that firm. Oops. I've just eaten a box of Turkish Delight this week, but the Turkish Delight wasn't as firm as that. Mm. Linda has sent me a new photo. Oh, it's of the sea before she went to work. She's in Scotland. It's a can of Southern Comfort and Coke. There's other bottles in, but you can't really see them. It's where I keep my alcohol, in that cupboard, along with all the crystal and the mucky pottery. That I spent all afternoon cleaning. Excuse you. What? What do you want? What are you barking at me for? Oh, what a mess you've made. Oh my God, you should see the state of this carpet. I very rarely drink, to be honest with you, Munchkin. I like to have it in, though, in case I want one. I'm one of those people who, like, once a month will think, I'd like a drink of rum. Or sometimes I like, I'll have a drink of gin. Not very often. But I like it there. Don't go off. I just like it there. Where if it goes in the general cupboard, the everybody's cupboard, I would think, fancy a rum. And I would go, and it wouldn't be there. It would be gone. And there'd be balls all in there. So I keep it with my eye on it. Now, when I was married, we used to have a really big selection of all different kinds of booze. But we weren't drinkers at all. But he was like me. We would just say, so we have a drink tonight or something. Yeah, we used to have all kinds of things. We used to have Pernod and that blue curacao and everything. I used to like her. One was called a Blue Lagoon. One was blue curacao and Pernod, and it used to go like a green colour. And then the other one was, I think it was vodka or something, with this blue, and it used to go like a lovely turquoise blue colour. And you make it into a tall drink, with lemonade. It's lovely, that. I used to like the one with Pernod. A bit of Pernod, a bit of this blue curacao, whatever it's called. And then fill it up with lemonade. Blue Hawaii, that was one. And Blue Lagoon was the other one. I should do that again. Not had any Pernod for years. We got into Pernod and Ouzo and went to Greece. Yeah, good. Greece is Ouzo, innit? They used to give you Ouzo. They probably don't now in Greece. When I first went to Greece, it was like about 40 years ago. They used to, if you had ouzo, that was the drink that you could get, because when we went, first of all, to Greece, it wasn't very popular. We went to the Greek islands, and there was only us and the fishermen. And they used to drink ouzo, and they give it you with a bit of water. And they used to go cloudy. And then they would bring out these like white bait. They were fried little teeny weeny fish that were like a fried crisp. It's like eating crisps, really. And every time you ordered an ouzo, they would bring you this little plate of white bait. But that was before it became touristy. I don't know where Rosie's gone. She's made her right pigs here in my carpet. There's like crunched up bits of bone all over it. What a mess. Oh, my God, you frightened me to death then, Trixie. She came underneath my legs and brushed against my legs. Frightened me to death, you did, Trixie. I didn't know you were there. No, I've got my slippers on. She made a right mess. It was a great big bone and she's disintegrated it to a few crumbs now. What have I done there? Made a bit of a mess there. Got a slack stitch. God knows what I've done. I'll tighten it up. It's better. Oh, I'm getting tired now. What's it? 11:45. Getting near the bewitching hour. She's snoring now. What are you doing? What are you growling at? There's nobody near you, Bone. She's growling at me. I'm nowhere near her. I'm not even going anywhere near her. She's a little witch when she's got a bone. You know, she's... Nobody wants your stinky bone. As if. The only thing bones are good for is making soup. Not that I would make soup with these. The dog bones. I used to make soup when we had a leg of lamb. You know, with the bone that was left over. Or chicken bones. I used to make, you know, the broth bit with the actual bones. Any kind of bones really makes good, you know, stock. I never liked making fish stock, though. You know, when you had to get the fish heads and fish to make a stock with. I mean, at one time they used to give you all of that stuff, but now, probably have to pay for it all. It's like ribs and things like that. They used to practically give you ribs at the butchers. You know, I mean, when they take all the meat off them, obviously. But they practically give them you now. They want to charge you a fortune. Used to be a good way of a cheap meal. Same with ox tongue and that. Nobody ever wanted ox tongue. That was really, really cheap meal. And even liver. Yeah, there were giblets in the chickens to make the gravy with, weren't there? I can remember the first time I had a chicken. I didn't realise the giblets were in the middle in a plastic bag. And I cooked my chicken. And the plastic was like welded to the chicken. My mum said, "Didn't you notice when you stuffed it?" I went, "Stuffed it?" I said, "I didn't stuff my chicken." She said, "Oh, you always put stuffing in your chicken." Tell me these things. I don't know these things. Anybody would think I was brought up cooking. When I got married, I didn't know one end of a cooker from another. I had to learn. So wonder me, I didn't kill him. The standard of my cooking was quite basic. We didn't do much at school. We learned how to make rock buns, and I think we did a beef stew, then we did a blancmange. Can't remember making anything that we actually ate. You had to take in your, well, she started off, we had to take all the ingredients in. Then because people kept forgetting their ingredients and stuff, she started telling us to bring so much money in and she would get the ingredients and divide them up amongst us. Yeah. So we never knew what we were going to get. Oh, I remember once we made brown stew. Well, the brown stew was nice, but we made a bouquet garni. We had to make it ourselves with these herbs and stuff like that. And you made them in like a little muslin bag and you put it in your stew. And of course, when you cooked it, you were supposed to take it out. Guess who didn't? And guess who bit right into it? Ugh. Can still taste those. It was awful. I bit right into it and started chewing it. Ugh. Vile it was. Yeah, I can still see that brown stew it was. Actually, the stew was quite nice. It was just biting into this bouquet garni. I'd forgotten it was in. My dad used to say, "When are you going to come home with something we can actually eat?" We made some vile stuff that nobody ever wanted. So consequently, when I got married, my culinary skills were practically zero. I had to learn everything by the Good Housekeeping book. I remember my mum bought it me. It's called Good Housekeeping. It was quite a good book, actually. I've still got it. Very basic cooking, very, very basic. But it's just what I needed because I couldn't cook at all when I got married. I could do the basic stuff like, grilling chops and stuff like that. But I had no idea how to. And joints of beef came from the butchers back in the day. They didn't come with a package, you know, telling you to put it in the oven for so long, yeah. I used to be ringing my mum up. I've weighed my piece of meat and it weighs so much. How long do I cook it for? And my mum would say, well, you cook it till it's done. And I'm saying, well, I don't know how long because I need to put my roast potatoes in. Took me ages to get it all out at the same time. How to cook the roast potatoes, the meat and the veggies to be ready all at the same time. That was a feat that I never mastered for ages. And there was no such thing as a microwave back then to keep things warm. Oh, my ex-husband, no, he couldn't cook anything. When I went in hospital to have my baby, I was in 10 days. And I'd left him a load of stuff. When I came back, it was all still in the fridge, all gone off. I said, what did you eat? He said, oh, I went to the chippy. I said, you went to the chippy every day? He said, no. He said, your mum sent me a pie down. He said, so that was a couple of days. Notice his mother never offered to cook for him. Yeah, I came back to all this spoiled food in the fridge. He hadn't washed up, I don't think, in all the time I was away. You never seen anything like it. Came out, battered, bruised, with a newborn baby. He hadn't done anything. He hadn't got the cot down. Because you know it was cold and back in January. I told him to bring the cot down, put it in front of the fire to air it out. No, he didn't do that. It was upstairs in the cold back bedroom. So I can't put baby in that. Why not? I said, it's cold. So I've got to warm it up. I said, I told you before I came home. I told you when I was coming home, and I said, air the cot. Well, I didn't know what you meant. I don't cook here now. It wouldn't be appreciated. I'm nearly at the end of sewing my ends in. Nearly at the end. I've got to decide if I want to do any more rows or just do the border. But I'm not doing the border tonight. I will put a picture up. Yeah, I can't stand anymore. When I was living on my own, I used to have a perching stool, if you know what one of those is. And I used to do my chopping and everything. Because my kitchen was really, really tiny at Mountside. It didn't have room for a table. So I used to have to... What are you doing, you? What are you doing? What are you doing, funny face? What are you looking at me like that for? I know. Do you want to come up and say hello? Do you want to come up and say hello? You don't like people to see you? Come on then, sweetie. Oh, I can't get hold of you. You're that blooming heavy. Oh, flipping heck. Oh, how do I pick her up? God, she weighs a ton. There she is. There she is. Trixabelle. Say hello to everybody. Say hello. I don't know what she's looking at. Hey? Hey, funny face. Oh, what's she doing, Trixie? What ways it done? Oh. Hey, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. She does not want your bone, you little witch. Her bone is underneath my feet. And because she was here, Rosie came up. That's what she's growling at. And she went and bit. Stop it. Stop that. Now. Little witch. She is awful. I don't like her having bones because of that. Because she's nasty. She would have bit me if I'd have got in the way. She's just a nasty little sod. And you wonder why I don't like her. That's viciousness. Really vicious, that. And I don't like it. That's why I clobbered her. Rosie is the most placid rescue dog ever. She's a mixture of all kinds of things. Look, stop it. Trixie, stop it. She's stalking Rosie now. God, I hope they come home soon before we have Third World War. I'm not getting in the middle of them. They get on fine as long as they don't have a bone. Rosie will let Trixie go near her bone and she doesn't bother. But Trixie, she's still growling. Stop it! She is... Oh, I'm glad it's nearly midnight. I wish they'd come home and I wouldn't have to put up with this. She's an absolute little bitch. She brought her bone in here. It was all right when she was in the other room with it and Rosie was in here with hers. But because she's brought her bone in here, she now won't let Rosie anywhere near it. Right, it's all stitched up now apart from the last end. See how big it is? Woo! Oh, I've got another one to sew up in the middle. I forgot. I don't join in the middle, but there was a break in the yarn that I didn't notice. I don't like leaving. Oh, if they're kicked off, they can just fight each other because I can't get in the middle of them, so bite me. Because she's a little bee. I don't want to get bitten. And they wonder why I don't like her. I mean, I'd never hurt her, don't get me wrong, but she's not my favourite. She'll now probably guard Rosie's bone as well. She won't let Rosie get back to her bone now because she wants them both because she's greedy. Yeah, well, I'm going to go now. I just hope that they come back very soon and sort this little bitch out. Right, I've done sewing my ends in. So thank you all for keeping me company. And hopefully I will see you all next week. And I will put a picture of this shawl. See how it goes? It's shaped. It's long, 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 long. About the longest shawl I think I've ever made. Oh dear. Right, thank you, Chris. It's quite deep, isn't it? Our 92-year-old said, "Is it a skirt?" Hey, Val. Alice said, "Is it a skirt?" Knowing Alice, she would probably wear it. Right, okay. Good night, everybody. And I will speak to you all very, very soon. And I will go and see if I can. I'm not walking past this bowl. I'm staying here, I tell you. Yeah, it'll wrap round me. It'll be longer than a skirt. I shall see you all and speak with you all very, very soon. So bye for now. Bye.